Daniel Kostick presents Premiership Elections in Albertan History. This election took place between March 25th and April 17th, 1913, and was the third election in the province's history. The MLAs elected in this election would also be the first to sit inside the newly built legislature, having previously met inside a school gymnasium. Not long after winning his second term, Premier Alexander Rutherford became embroiled in a scandal. The Alberta and Great Waterways Railway scandal came about when it was revealed that the Liberal government had given loan guarantees to private interests for the construction of a new section of railway lines from Edmonton to Lac La Biche. These guarantees, had the private parties defaulted, would have resulted in the Alberta government taking on their debt and paying interest rates well above the market rate at the time. While nothing out of the ordinary had come about initially, eyebrows were raised when Liberal backbencher and MLA for Sturgeon, John Boyle, asked about the guarantees that had been made. Before Rutherford was able to respond in writing, Public Works Minister and MLA for Calgary, William Cushing, had resigned from cabinet. This caused a split in the Liberal Party, and despite surviving confidence motions and appointing a royal commission to investigate the scandal, Rutherford was forced to resign as premier. Alexander Rutherford went on to campaign for the Conservatives a decade later in 1921. After leaving politics, he returned to his legal practice before being named the Chancellor for the University of Alberta in 1927, a position he served in until his death in 1941. His legacy largely revolves around his contributions to education, and the Alexander Rutherford Scholarship is named after him, along with the U of A's Rutherford Library and the provincial riding of Edmonton-Rutherford. With Rutherford having resigned, the task fell to Lieutenant Governor George Poli-Hi to find a new premier. Poli-Hi had never been a fan of Rutherford, having preferred Alberta Senator and former MP for Strathcona Peter Talbot, but the insurgent Liberals preferred Cushing to Talbot and would not accept him as premier. Federal Interior Minister and MP for Edmonton Frank Oliver was also considered, but he turned down the offer. Rumors were put to rest on May 26, 1910, when Poli-Hi entered the House and announced that Chief Justice Arthur Sifton would become the second premier of Alberta. Gerrymandering continued to be a major issue in this election, with Sifton government forcing through a bill amending the previous Elections Act pushed through by the previous Rutherford government. The bill included an increase of 15 seats in the province and gave the city of Calgary 2 new single-member districts. Criticism was high for the bill, as no consideration had been made for population totals in the various ridings, some stark examples being the new district of Clearwater only having 74 enumerated voters and Calgary Centre having up to 20,000 enumerated voters. Conservative and socialist opposition was vocal, but failed to pass any amendments, and the bill was forced through the third reading on March 25th and given royal assent that evening. After Albert Robertson had failed to win re-election to the legislature in 1909, the Conservative Party chose to name Red Deer MLA Edward Michener as their party leader. Michener was originally elected as an independent in 1909, but had crossed the floor to join the Conservative caucus. Shortly after he had been elected, Rocky Mountain MLA Charles O'Brien was named the leader of the Socialist Party. Despite this, the party failed to make any major headways within the province, only gaining small bases of support in O'Brien's riding, along with major cities. During the campaign, Arthur Sifton had been rather unpopular due to previously mentioned scandals and gerrymandering of provincial ridings, along with ballooning the provincial debt from roughly $2 million to $27 million over the course of his time in office. The Conservatives hammered the government on the lack of infrastructure projects in southern Alberta, and this criticism was exacerbated by the fact that Sifton was also serving as the Minister of Railways and Telephone. And here are the results. Arthur Sifton won, securing his first elected mandate as premier. His Liberal Party won 39 out of a possible 56 seats, while securing 49.23% of the popular vote, an increase of 3 seats, but a decrease of 10.1% from 1909. Next came Edward Michener, whose Conservative Party won 17 out of 56 seats, along with 45.1% of the popular vote, an increase of 15 seats and 13.4% from 1909. Finally came Charles O'Brien, whose Socialist Party won 0 seats and 1.87% of the popular vote, down 1 seat and 0.7% from 1909. This was the first time in Alberta history that a sizable opposition had formed. While the Conservatives increased their share of the popular vote by a large margin, it was not enough to counter Liberal gerrymandering, which resulted in Liberals nearly winning all of the new seats. The Conservatives managed to sweep Calgary and win one of the Edmonton seats, including Rutherford's seat in Strathcona, as well as retain Red Deer for Michener. Despite doubling the amount of votes he received in his riding, O'Brien fell short, losing to the Conservatives by 81 votes. The closest race came in the controversial Clearwater district, where the Liberals beat the Conservatives by a score of 40-39. I'll see you in the next one.